What up, everybody? I would love for our first post-game show of the season to be under better circumstances. I don't know what is happening right now. This team has lost 3 in a row. I think we should just DFA everybody. Welcome to Dodgers territory. I am Alana Rizzo. That is Clint Facias. We are here for the first post-game show of the season. Thanks for being with us on Dodgers territory. I have to say, Clint, I did not think that this was going to be the way this was going down tonight. I did not think that we were going to be talking about another straight loss to the Washington Nationals. They lose 8-2. Wrobleski, not great. Offense, not
Understatement.
great. What do you make of it?
Yeah, this is just one of those ho hum ugly ball games, part of an ugly road trip. I mean, we could find silver linings. We could feel good about this team. We could be here for what we're all here for, therapy. So, guys, do sound off in the comments. Share your thoughts about this team, what you've seen so far on this road trip. Where the Dodgers are now, 1-5? No, 1-4, trying to avoid 1-5 and salvage something, not get swept by the Nationals tomorrow at 1 p.m. But yeah, I mean, just every bit of an ugly game. No errors, I guess. There's some positive we can get in there. Couple hits for Andy Pages, but just a disaster of a debut, a 2025 debut for Justin Wrobleski.
Going back to Pajes for just a second, I don't want to just like crap all over the kid, but you can't have a home run and a couple of knocks in a game of garbage time, right? I'm sure it feels better for him to get off the schneid, if you will, and I appreciate that. But you need Andy Pajes or somebody else to come up big in times when you need it. And this is like no disrespect to the Washington Nationals, but this is not the Dodgers team that I needed to go into DC after they lost 2 of 3 from the Phillies. You should dominate this club, right? You should dominate a Washington Nationals team. And this was just really crappy. And BC, who I normally do not agree with on the chat because he's mean, 6 for 9 hitters are batting 173 with the 598 OPS. He's not wrong. He's
Yeah,
not wrong. It's a bummer. This is not a team that looked like a World Series champion team. Again, we are overreacting because
100%.
when you are the Los Angeles Dodgers, you can overreact if things don't go your way and you don't go 173-0. But this was a crappy game. They just
Yeah.
looked awful. They looked flat. They looked cold. They looked awful.
Yeah, cold team in cold Washington D.C. I think they said the temp was somewhere around 35 degrees at first pitch, and I mean, we got a bunch of Southern California boys now with these Dodgers. They don't want to be out there in that cold. They don't know how to handle it. They're not built to handle this kind of stuff. Yeah, a couple of guys. Mookie's played a lot of in the cold in his career. Kike Hernandez spent a couple of years in Boston. I'm not putting the blame on that. I think this is just one of those stretches of baseball that you get during a season, during a long season. The Dodgers will win a baseball game again. Our friends over at Dodger Blue, they threw this poll up on their Twitter, and I thought it was kind of funny. So I had Sarah throw this up or put this together for us. A lot of people don't think the Dodgers are ever going to win a baseball game again, but I promise you they will. It's just right now, this was supposed to be a Blake Snell start. Obviously, unable to answer the bell with the shoulder injury. Again, Wrobleski just came up, didn't give this team anything to hang their hat on. But it started early, and this is one of those games for the first time we didn't see the offense kind of really scratch and claw their way back. And Dave smartly, taking Mookie out of the game early, kind of punting this game at the right time. This is not a game that was a must-win. Dodgers are still 9-4. Our pets' heads are staying on. It doesn't feel good to go through this kind of stretch. Of course.
No, I didn't know what to talk about. Honestly, I'm sitting here watching this game, and I knew we were doing our first post game, and I'm like, what in the world are we talking about? This doesn't look good. I mean, it just they looked flat. They just didn't look like themselves. Yes, I'm glad that Andy Pajes got a home run, but again, it was garbage time for him.
He's good at
You
those.
just
He's good at those.
yeah,
Couple in
I
that
don't know.
National League Championship Series against the Mets last year as well.
All right, so Justin Wrobleski comes up, gets an opportunity, and it just goes to show you that perhaps he's just not ready for the big time. What did you see from his outing? Like, what are some things that he could have done better? What are some things that perhaps look like, okay, this kid has some big league stuff?
I can't sit here and say I watched this game intently enough to project this kid's career. I'll say that entering this season and entering spring training, he was somebody I've never been extremely high on Justin Wrobleski. The numbers weren't great last year when he made his major league debut. He's just he's so far down on the depth chart for me, and he is for this team as well. I mean, we're talking about somebody who's 10th on the depth chart. His future with the team is probably somebody that's more of like a one inning reliever, at least as a Dodger. But he's what they had right now, and all you got to do is just kind of you know I guess you hang your hat on the fact that you made it through 5 innings. You gave your team a little bit of length. Dave didn't have to burn the bullpen super duper early. Did get a couple innings out of Ben Kasparius in there, and Luis Garcia lives and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, there's not a whole lot to, if I'm Justin Wrobleski, it's not a whole lot outside of big league pay that I'm feeling great about myself with this game.
All right. At what point do you push the panic button? I realize that's stupid. I realize we're 11 games in. I realize like everyone's like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Robo doesn't belong in this show. I mean, these are just some of the comments right now, Clint. Robo doesn't belong in the show. Alex Renteria says Robo good for one inning in a garbage game. Man, this is hilarious. They are still over 100 games left. Of course, they will win again. I'm willing to bet that when Freddie returns and Snezilla, Dodgers will go on a 40-game win streak. Court the Crusader. Holy moly.
We could overreact every which way.
Kenny Chung says, Clint, despicable to allow the Nats to look like world beaters. Alex Renteria says it's embarrassing. This is the thing when you have a team like the Los Angeles Dodgers. These are the comments that you get, right? Like we're sitting here like, and we're going to start this on Monday, I think. We're going to start a segment called First World Problems and also Not My Problem. But this is why when you have a team like LA, you expect them to go 162-0. And when they get in a little bit of a tiny little bitty slump, 3 games, that they don't win. Lucy Chen says they just looked old. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights probably get swept. I mean, this is what we're dealing with right now. People overreacting. You guys, stop.
That's the fun of this kind of stuff. Listen, we marketed this post game as therapy session. So everybody, please sound off, continue sounding off, continue gaming the algorithm for us. Give the video a thumbs up, by the way, if you think the Dodgers are going to win a baseball game again. Definitely give it a thumbs up if you think they're never going to win a baseball game again. I think it was I forget who, but one of the Dodgers broadcasters, maybe they might have been talking about it on Foul. I think it was actually AJ Przinsky who said, like, if you're going through this kind of stretch 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now, nobody really cares. It's just part of the ups and downs of the season.
Just because it's early.
It is. It's very, very early. I'll ask you this: is this the worst 9-4 team you've ever seen in your life?
No, it's not the worst 9-4 team I've ever seen in my life. I think they looked a little flat. They looked a little cold. They looked a little uninspired. Whatever the reason for that is, I don't know. But no, it's not the worst 9-4 team. Of course, we wanted this team to go 173-0, but it's not happening. Does it bother me that they have lost the first 2 games against the Nats? Yes. But I also think that they easily could have swept the Phillies. If the ball had bounced a little of a different way, if they didn't run themselves into outs, if they didn't give up a bunch of walks, I think that could have been a very different situation. But no, I don't. And I'm not pleased with the way that they've played against the Nationals. But I also don't like the fact that Blake Snell's on the IL. And Freddie Freeman's on the IL. So this is just a part of what happens in a game and a series and a season. Cold weather, cross-country flight, coming off a competitive series. But again, if you're the World Series champion, the reigning World Series champion, you can't use those things as excuses. You're not allowed as a defending World Series champion to have any sort of excuses. So let me ask you this. How do we get this team back on track? By the way, you and I are calling the game tomorrow on Playback. Yeah. So that's going to be fun. We're doing this. We're having a watch party tomorrow for Playback where we're going to watch the game, Dodgers versus Nationals, 4 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be fun. If you have a MLB.TV or whatever account, you can already sign up for this. Is free. You can get a Playback account for free.
Yeah.
But join us. We're gonna have a good time. So how do we get this team back on track? Because oh my God, this is the end of the world as we know it. How do we get them back on track?
Get them back home. Get them back home. Get them some home cooking back in LA. We got one more game on this roadie and an off day on Thursday. If I can get my Dodgers.com to do what I'm asking it to do, an off day, and then they're back home. You play the Cubs, you play the Rockies. An opportunity to feast there. I agree with you. I don't like losing the first two games. I don't like losing any games to the Washington Nationals, but this is what we're kind of learning about what this team is sort of built to be this year. Sometimes they play up to the competition. We've seen Los Angeles Dodgers play up to the competition. Sometimes they play down to the competition. Not to say that the Nationals are a terrible team, but they are a young team. They have a lot of question marks on their roster. They're not a team that's going out here and expecting to run away with the National League East.
Clint, what is your middle name?
James.
What's your middle name?
James.
Clint James Pasillas. This is not a young team. I don't know. This is not a young team.
No, the Nationals I'm talking about.
Oh,
Youngerish.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They're a young team. They're going out there. And we also get into, like, what did Mookie Betts tell everybody last year? Like, every team, the Dodgers coming to town, it's their World Series. This Nats team wants to destroy the Dodgers, the vaunted Dodgers, the evil empire that's also the good empire, whatever it is. It's that combined with the Dodgers just not playing well. It's just a bad time for us to be watching this team, and it's not going to be like this though forever. Things will be okay. It's going to be okay.
It is not going to be like this forever. I love that we're panicking after 12, 13 games.
I mean, what else are we supposed to do?
We're gonna dive into this much more after a quick word from AJ Pierzynski and Eric Kratz and Scott Braun on Harry's Razors. Shave this shit off.
FT fam, you gotta check out what Harry's brings to the table. And I hope that if you're listening to this, you check out the video version of this conversation at some point, because that razor, Eric Kratz, looks like it stands out for multiple reasons.
I mean, I'll take the cover off. All these blades, each one of them ridiculously sharp, make for a nice smoothness here and up there.
German engineered blades made in their own factory. They stay sharp longer. Okay. You've got customizable delivery options. Harry stands out for the sharpness, for the pricing, for the variety. And you can get a 5-blade razor, a weighted handle, foaming shave gel, and a travel cover for just $3 at harrys.com/foul. Get the edge on your shave with Harry's. Normally their trial set's $13 right now. You can get it for just $3 at harrys.com/foul. That's our exclusive FT link. harrys.com/foul for a $3 trial set.
When do we get into panic mode, and when do we need to have the Dodgers, use that promo code from our friends at Harry's and start shaving off, try to get rid of all the bad juju, and you start the day, you start a new season with a fresh shave. When is that panic button?
I mean, thank you, Harry's, for being part of the show. And I'm literally going harrys.com/foul to get it for my husband too, because my husband kind of looks like Eric Kratz. He has to shave the beard area, and my husband's also bald. So that's going to work out really well for me with the Harry's razors. I know we have to make a massive deal out of this just because we're on a show. But I mean, again, it's silly to think that, like, pets' heads are falling off. It's fine. Like, do we wish that the Dodgers would have won these first two games? Of course. But I'm not that concerned. It is annoying, of course, but I'm not that worried about it because I know this team is better. Clint, your facial hair is bad juju. You need a shave. Oh, wow. Alex Renteria is very angry.
I did shave.
My man is angry.
I did shave during the game in the hopes that good things would happen. They did not happen. They did not. I did not help the Dodgers. I apologize. I did my best.
I had another one. Mookie needs to go back to right field. No, he doesn't. Leave Teoscar there.
Our friend Derek Lewandowski is in the chat, and look at this. Poor.
How many
Dodgers
games have you won? How many games have you won, Derek Lewandowski? How are you doing over there after 2/3 of your lineup got rid of the torpedo bats? Stop it. Stop
How are
it,
the
Derek.
chicken wings, by the way? Ask Cody Bellinger, how are the chicken
How's
wings? out there?
Bellinger doing after vomiting after some
Hey,
chicken wings? Yeah.
let's spin forward a little bit here. Obviously, the Dodgers trying to salvage this series, trying to avoid the sweep. Going to another
Landon
kid
Knack.
on the bump. Yeah, Lando making his first start, second appearance of the season. He's somebody this team, Dave Roberts relied on a lot last year. Obviously, not necessarily somebody. He's not of the ilk of a Blake Snell. He's not a Clayton Kershaw, who this team is missing. Maybe even an Emmett Sheehan. He's not a Tony Gonsolin.
He's a young kid.
He's somebody who can give this team innings.
Here's the thing. Yes, he can give the team innings, and you have to assume that you have to hope that the offense is going to give him the run support. Like, you can't expect Landon Knack to go out there and give you a complete game shutout. You have to hope that he gives you an opportunity to stay in the game, and the offense needs to come up big against the Nationals tomorrow and salvage a game in this series and then move on. Landon Knack has very few items on the back of his baseball card. The rest of this team has a lot of items on the back of their baseball cards. So pick up Landon Knack. That's what they need to do tomorrow. He needs to do what he has done well to get him to this point, but you can't expect Landon Knack to be the end-all be-all. That's just that's not fair.
He's got to play a stopper. He's got to play a stopper for this team, and I will tell you, the boys will love him if he can give them 4 clean innings, 5 clean innings, keep this team in the game. Hopefully, an earlier start means a warmer-ish day for the boys in blue, because I don't want them playing in 30 or 40-degree weather anymore, because apparently it makes the bats cold. Again, hey, we can take some solace. No errors today. That's a huge win for this Dodgers team. That's the cleanest baseball they've played. It was all on Wrobleski, just serving up a bit of BP there. 8 hits, 8 earned, 3 walks, 4 Ks for the kid, 2 homers.
And remember, though, guys, this is about the bigger picture. This is about the long haul, right? Like, we oftentimes think about, like, we're looking at it as under the microscope in a microcosm of, like, oh my gosh, we're 11 games in and what's happening. It's about the big picture. You don't have Freddie Freeman. You don't have Blake Snell. You're trying to just figure out how to win the game on any given night. It's all about this team is going to be fine. They're going to win the division. They're going to get into the postseason. Do we want to run the table? Of course. It doesn't always work out that way. I was ready for 162-0.
I was 100% ready for a 162-0 season, and then 11 more.
Yeah.
Sadly, it didn't work out that way.
We discussed 173-0, but the point is, it's not going to be that easy all the way there. Yeah. It's okay. Like, it's not pretty, but we're gonna be fine. We're going to be fine. And stop all the people in the comments talking about because the Dodgers went to the White House. Stop it. Because when they went to the White House in 2021 after COVID, they still lost some freaking games in 2021. So stop.
You win games when you score enough runs. You lose games when you don't score enough runs. That's the way baseball works, and it doesn't matter what you did.
Barney could be in the White House, and they'd still lose some games. So just stop. Enough.
Walking all the way away from this one. Hey, how you like this one? Did you have Hunter Verdusha playing first base on your bingo card?
I did not. And neither did Sarah, our esteemed producer. She did not have Hunter Verdusha playing first base on April. But you know what? That's what happens.
Weird baseball,
sometimes.
baby. It's weird baseball season.
We need Freddie back, and Freddie back in the lineup will set everything back correctly.
This team desperately needs Freddie Freeman back in the lineup. He resets everything in that lineup. You don't have to have Tommy Edman batting third. Not to say that Tommy can't bat third, but when Tommy Edman is down in the lineup and he's hitting 4 or 5, well, not 4, and he's hitting 5, 6, 7 in the lineup, it makes it that much deeper. And then you don't have this issue where we mentioned earlier in the stream here how bad the bottom of the order has been. It's been absolutely abysmal. And heading into play today, 7 hitters for the Dodgers hitting 171, 8 hole hitters 122, and 9 hole hitters 135. You're not going to win a lot of baseball games when your bottom third isn't doing anything, and they're playing from behind a whole bunch. It's just the perfect storm of bad things happening.
You bring up such a good point. They have played from behind quite a bit, and a lot of the wins have been come from behind wins. They've had to be walk-off wins. But here's the thing, too, that is the beauty of this game, Clint, is there's another game tomorrow. We don't have to wait that long because it's going to happen, and they're going to be fine, guys. I understand everybody wants them to pick apart all of the things, but think about the fact that this is a very long season. They're going to be fine. I mean, let's think about some positives. Let's think about Kike Hernandez. All 4 of his hits have been home runs. Andy Paz has finally got off the schneid. He had a home run tonight. Maybe he turns the corner a little bit. Like, you can deal with him running like bananas routes if he's actually hitting. So maybe he got into that tonight. Like,
is that Kike note though like a good thing? He has 4 hits on the season. All of them are homers,
and Kike doesn't get to play every day.
He is right
so
now.
So if he's sure, but when he's in there, I mean, if you're gonna hit, make it count.
It's
right?
more of I mean, yeah, he's I guess he's making him count a long way, but this team also kind of is early in the season being super homer reliant. I think I heard EK say in the broadcast, and by the way, Eric Karros will be joining us on Thursday's edition of Dodgers Territory, so make sure you guys are subscribed and tune in for that. But I think I heard 12 of their 18 runs on this road trip have been scored via the home run ball. Very homer reliant team,
but that's been this team for a while.
Yeah, it's also
that's been this team for a while. So I can't, I can't fault them for that. I mean, again, there's a lot of things that I wish have gone better, but again, we would not be talking about this like, oh my gosh, the world is ending, had they not run themselves into outs on the bases, had they not walked the universe with Tyler Glasnow and the rain and the whole thing with the cleats and
the Philly series kind of left a bad taste.
I mean, that really absolutely left a bad taste in our mouth. And again, you expect the Nationals, they're not going to, I mean, they're still Major League Baseball players. They may not be the Los Angeles Dodgers or the Phillies or the Mets or whatever, but the Giants at this point, but they're still Major League Baseball players. They're not just going to lay down and let the Dodgers take over. It's fine. It's going to be okay, guys. It's gonna be okay.
We're still a couple of weeks. I'm seeing some folks in the chat talking about calling up some of the young blood, some of the dudes from AAA. We're still a couple weeks away from making those kind of moves. Alex Freeland is starting to get some love on social media right now. Alex Freeland, a top infield prospect, has been playing very, very well to open the season at AAA, but he's also an unproven character, unproven talent, of course, at the big league level. Same with Haesung Kim. The team, Dave Roberts has said they're not ready to pull that lever yet.
Which I thought might be the play, right? Yeah. I thought that might be the play if they sent Andy Pages down.
Yeah.
If they sent Andy Pages down, I was like, okay, maybe Haesung Kim comes up, but that doesn't seem like that's the move that they're going to make.
Yeah, it's soon. I mean, it could be soon. If we keep trending this way or you have another injury, they need a little bit of help. And again, you can't have 4 hitters in your lineup, hitting under 150 or whatever. Not to say that Freeland's going to do better or Kim's going to do better, but at some point you need to start moving the chairs around just to kind of see what these other guys have. This front office, this organization likes to tell us it's a meritocracy. You should be able to earn your way to some playing time, yet they don't necessarily always honor that with somebody like Austin Barnes getting a bunch of at-bats in the lineup, or Chris Taylor getting in the lineup, or things like that. I mean, they will also be beholden to their guys that have been around for a very, very long time. And I'm open to seeing some change at some point. I'm not saying now. For me,
what do you want to see? What do you want to see? Freddie. So Freddie comes back. No.
Let us see one of the kids. Alex Freeland.
What kid?
Alex Freeland. No. Let me see some Alex Freeland in there, see what he can do up the middle, especially if you're going to if they do pull the plug, let's say they pull the plug on Andy Pages, which played an okay game in center field today, a couple hits, probably not going to happen. But these are the options that they have at the moment. If they want to mix things up, there is a Freeland who's producing, and there is Haesung Kim who's producing at the AAA level right now. But they're not going that route yet. I'm just throwing it out there. We'll see them eventually, but we're a few weeks away from that kind of stuff. And this team is going to be better. They're going to be better. Like we said a few minutes ago, it's going to be okay as we hit the wrap it up button here. I do appreciate our friend Kenny Chung saying, well, I got to find it because I want to put it on the screen here for us. Trying to talk us down. We're trying to talk people off the ledge. Did we do good, guys? Did we do okay?
Here's
us know.
the deal. I love it. Hang on a second. There's one here.
He
that
misspelled
says,
your
Craig,
name. So.
Craig, he did, which is, I don't pay attention to anyone that spells my name wrong. Craig Osterberg, need a team meeting. Craig, I got your team meeting right here. Calm the F down. There's your team meeting. Okay? Stop it. Stop it. You guys are being ridiculous. All right, I'm going to remind you guys about our watch party tomorrow. We're going to have a really fun time tomorrow. So the game against the Nationals, where we're going to save the series, okay? We are going to save the series. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, 4 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have a watch party on Playback. So if you have an MLB.com account, you can watch this for free. It's very easy. Just sign up for Playback. We're going to put stuff on our socials to show you exactly how you do this. It's going to be fun. So we're going to watch the game. We're going to have kind of like an alt cast. Join us tomorrow. It's going to be okay, people. Kenny Chung, I spelled it like my niece's name. I don't care. My name is not spelled the way that your niece spells your name. My name is 1 L 2 N's 3 A's. Get it together, people. Sassy, Alana, Alex, Renfrey. All right, guys. We appreciate you guys being here. If you have an MLB TV account, you can sign up for Playback. It's going to be fun. Let's do this, okay? The offense stunk up the joint. F.U. Alexander.
Isn't Playback free either way? So, guys, sign up.
Yeah. No, it is. It is. It's free. But I'm just saying, if you have an MLB TV account,
you can also watch the game.
You can
at
also
the same exact time with us.
Anyway,
but we'll be on there.
We're gonna put everything on our socials tomorrow. It's gonna be very easy. Go Dodgers! Walk yourself off the ledge. Everything's gonna be okay.
Up.
All right, ready?
Listen to our podcast. Okay, bye.